Welcome to English Talk Center.
Mark, I think I accidentally started a fight with my neighbor yesterday, and I'm not even sure how it happened.
A fight? What did you do?
That's the problem. I don't know what I did wrong. I was just trying to be friendly.
Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
So I was taking out my trash in the evening, and my neighbor, Mrs. Peterson, was watering her plants on her balcony.
And?
I said, "Hello, beautiful evening," and she just stared at me like I'd said something offensive.
That's strange. Beautiful evening is a normal greeting.
Right? But then she turned around and went back inside without saying anything.
Maybe she didn't hear you.
No, she definitely heard me. We made eye contact. She looked annoyed.
Have you talked to her before?
That's the thing. I've lived in this building for 6 months, and we've never actually had a real conversation.
Never?
Well, we say hello sometimes in the hallway, but very quick, and then we both keep walking.
So yesterday was the first time you tried to have an actual conversation.
I wouldn't even call it a conversation. I just said one sentence, and she disappeared.
Maybe she's just a private person who doesn't like talking to neighbors.
But isn't that weird? We live right next to each other. We share a wall.
Some people prefer to keep their distance, even with neighbors.
I find that so strange. In my home country, you know all your neighbors. You borrow sugar, you watch each other's pets, you have coffee together.
That sounds nice, actually. My experience with neighbors has been very mixed.
What do you mean mixed?
Well, I had one neighbor who was amazing. We became really good friends. But I had another neighbor who complained about everything I did.
Everything? Like what?
Oh, you want the list? He complained that I walked too loudly. He complained that I cooked food with strong smells. He complained that I came home late at night.
But those are all just normal living activities.
Exactly. I wasn't having parties or playing loud music. I was just existing in my own apartment.
What did you do about it?
At first, I tried to be understanding. I bought a thick rug to reduce walking noise. I started opening windows when I cooked. I tried walking very quietly when I came home late.
That's very considerate of you.
But it was never enough. He kept complaining. Eventually, I realized some people are just impossible to please.
So how did it end?
He moved out after a year, thank goodness. The new neighbor is completely normal and we never have problems.
Lucky you. So do you talk to your current neighbor?
Sometimes, yes. We're not close friends, but we're friendly.
What do you talk about?
Mostly just small talk. Weather, weekend plans. Sometimes we mention if we're expecting a package delivery.
That's exactly what I want with Mrs. Peterson. Just normal, polite, small talk.
Maybe she'll warm up to you over time.
Or maybe I offended her somehow and now she hates me forever.
You're being dramatic.
Am I, though? She wouldn't even respond to beautiful evening. That's rejecting the most basic form of human politeness.
Okay, let me ask you something. When you said beautiful evening, what was your tone like?
My tone? I don't know. Normal?
Were you smiling?
I think so. Maybe? I don't remember.
Because sometimes when we try to be friendly but we're tired or distracted, our face doesn't match our words.
You think I looked angry while saying something nice?
It's possible, or maybe you looked too eager and it made her uncomfortable.
Too eager? Is there such a thing as being too friendly?
In some cultures, yes, especially with people you don't know well.
This is so confusing. How am I supposed to know the right level of friendliness?
It takes practice and observation. You watch how other people interact and you adjust your approach.
That sounds exhausting.
It can be, especially when you're new to a place. When I first moved to this country, I made so many social mistakes.
Like what?
Oh, terrible ones. I once invited my neighbor to dinner 3 days after I met him.
And that's bad?
Apparently, yes. He looked very uncomfortable and said he was busy. I didn't understand why at the time.
But inviting someone to dinner is friendly, isn't it?
It's friendly, but maybe too intimate too quickly. I learned later that you need to build up to that level of interaction slowly.
So what's the right progression?
Start with quick hallway greetings, then maybe short conversations about neutral topics like weather or local news. Then maybe you mention having coffee sometime. Then eventually dinner.
That could take months.
Sometimes years, honestly.
Years to have dinner with someone who lives right next door?
Some people are very slow to build relationships. You have to respect their pace.
I don't know if I have the patience for that.
You might not have a choice. If you push too hard, they'll just avoid you more.
So what should I do about Mrs. Peterson?
Nothing dramatic. Just go back to quick hallway hellos. Don't force conversation.
That feels like giving up.
It's not giving up, it's respecting boundaries. If she wants to talk more, she'll initiate.
And if she never initiates?
Then she never initiates. You can't force someone to be your friend.
I'm not trying to be her friend. I just want normal neighbor relations.
Even normal neighbor relations require both people to participate.
You're right, I guess. It's just frustrating because I'm trying to be nice.
I know, but sometimes people don't want nice. They want privacy and distance.
Have you ever had a neighbor who actually became a real friend?
Yes, actually. The neighbor I mentioned earlier, the good one.
And how did that friendship develop?
Very naturally and slowly, we started with hallway hellos, just like I described.
And then?
Then, one day we were both checking our mailboxes at the same time and we started chatting about the weather. Nothing deep, just "it's really hot today" kind of conversation.
And that led to friendship?
Not immediately, but after a few of these random encounters, we started recognizing each other's schedules.
What do you mean recognizing each other's schedules?
Like, I'd notice he usually got home around 6 p.m., and I got home around 6:15, so we'd often meet in the hallway or elevator.
And you'd talk during those times?
Yes, the conversations got a bit longer each time. We learned each other's names, where we worked, basic information.
Then what?
Then, one day there was a problem in the building. The water was shut off for repairs, and we were both standing in the hallway complaining about it.
Shared frustration brought you together.
Exactly. We ended up talking for like 20 minutes about building maintenance and terrible landlords.
And after that, you were friends?
After that, we started occasionally having coffee together on weekends. Very casual, no big commitment.
That sounds really nice, actually.
It was. We're still friends now, even though he moved to a different neighborhood.
See, that's what I want. I want the possibility of that kind of friendship with my neighbors.
But you can't force it to happen on your timeline. It develops naturally, or it doesn't develop at all.
I understand that, but how do I know if I should keep trying or just give up?
You read the signals. If someone consistently avoids you or gives short responses, they're telling you they don't want more interaction.
And if they're neutral, not avoiding but not seeking out either?
Then you keep things at that neutral level. Quick hellos, maybe a smile, but don't push for more.
Okay, but what about practical neighbor interactions? Like, what if I need to borrow something?
That depends on your relationship level.
Explain.
If you barely know them, don't ask to borrow things. If you've had several friendly conversations, you might ask to borrow something small like a screwdriver or a cup of sugar.
What if there's an emergency?
Emergency is different. If your apartment is flooding or there's a fire, obviously you knock on their door for help.
That makes sense.
But borrowing someone's Wi-Fi password because yours is slow, that's too intimate for a casual neighbor relationship.
People ask neighbors for Wi-Fi passwords?
Oh yes, I've been asked. I said no.
Really? You said no?
Absolutely. I don't know this person well enough to share internet access. What if they do illegal things using my connection?
I never thought about it that way.
That's because you trust people too easily.
Is that a bad thing?
Not bad, just potentially risky. You need some level of caution with neighbors.
What do you mean by caution?
Well, they know when you're home and when you're away. They can hear through walls. They see who visits you. That's a lot of access to your personal life.
That's actually kind of creepy when you say it that way.
It's reality, so you need to maintain appropriate boundaries.
But boundaries while still being polite and friendly?
Exactly. It's a balance.
This is more complicated than I thought.
Neighbor relationships are tricky. Too friendly and you're invading their space. Too distant and you seem unfriendly.
So what's the perfect middle ground?
There is no perfect. Every neighbor is different. Some want friendly chat, some want complete silence.
How do you figure out which type they are?
You start with minimal interaction and see how they respond. If they seem happy and ask questions back, you can gradually increase. If they seem uncomfortable, you pull back.
It's like a social experiment.
Kind of, yes. You're testing boundaries and adjusting based on feedback.
Okay, here's a specific question. If I see my neighbor struggling with heavy grocery bags, should I offer to help?
Yes, that's a safe offer that most people appreciate.
Even if we don't really talk?
Helping with something physical and temporary is different from trying to start a conversation. Most people will say yes to practical help.
And if they say no?
You smile and say, okay, and continue on your way. No big deal.
What about holding the elevator door? Should I hold it if I see them coming?
Yes, definitely. That's basic courtesy, not too personal.
But I shouldn't hold the door and then try to start a conversation during the elevator ride.
Correct. A quick, have a good day when you exit is enough.
These are such specific rules.
They're not rules exactly, more like guidelines based on what's generally considered polite.
Do you think Mrs. Peterson knows all these guidelines?
Probably. She's lived here longer than you, right?
Yes, I think she's been in that apartment for many years.
Then she definitely knows what level of interaction she prefers with neighbors, and apparently it's minimal.
That makes me a little sad.
Why?
Because we could be friends, but she's not even giving it a chance.
Or maybe she has enough friends already and doesn't want more. That's also valid.
I suppose you're right.
Should we tell our listeners something before we finish up?
Yes. Everyone, if you enjoyed this conversation about neighbor relationships in English-speaking cultures, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel for more natural English discussions.
And if you have interesting neighbor stories, share them in the comments. We love hearing about different experiences.
Absolutely. Okay, Mark, final question. What's your one piece of advice for getting along with neighbors?
Be consistently polite, but don't expect friendship. If friendship happens, great. If not, polite distance is perfectly fine.
That's actually really good advice.
What about you? What did you learn from this conversation?
That maybe I'm pushing too hard with Mrs. Peterson. I should relax and let things develop naturally, if they develop at all.
Exactly right.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening today. We hope this conversation helped you think about neighbor relationships in English-speaking cultures.
Yes, and remember, every building and every person is different. These are general guidelines, not strict rules.
Perfect. See you in the next episode, everyone.
Goodbye, friends. May your neighbors be friendly, but not too friendly.
That's a strange goodbye, Mark.
You set a precedent with your weird goodbye last time.
Fair enough. Bye, everyone.